Welcome to the Books Club, How to Use the Power of Prayer by Joseph Murphy. Do you remember when we were kids and went to school? There used to be a prayer before the start of our classes in which we used to thank God for the things given to us. In Indian culture, it is also believed that we should worship Tulsi Ji and Surya by getting up first thing in the morning. Have you ever thought about this topic comfortably? Why we have been taught all this since childhood? Are we getting anything out of it? In this audiobook, let's talk about this amazing secret of life, which can become the biggest game changer of your life. Whatever profession you are in, whatever problem you are going through, or you want to achieve something in your life, this secret can help you a lot. Joseph Murphy is a very famous author who has written many popular books. In this audiobook, we will tell you some tips from one of his famous books, How to Use the Power of Prayer, which will further strengthen our faith in God. Faith is not a religion. In fact, this is our rare thought. It's a positive attitude. Each person has his own thinking and understanding. This power is so powerful that it can improve our damaged work and can also spoil the work being done. The most important thing is that it is in our control. We can use it if we want to. And if you want, you can use it incorrectly. We have been hearing since childhood that God resides in everything around us. Even if we are alone in our room, a spiritual power is always with us. If we take this thing with full confidence in our heart, then there is nothing in the world that can scare us. We will definitely get what God has already written in our destiny. This belief should always be with us. Everyone has a different way of talking to God. Someone talks to them by speaking, while someone talks to them in his own mind. Both of these methods help us relax. Faith in God, trust in Him, is something that keeps us happy. Where our faith falters even a little, troubles soon overtake us. To fight these problems, the author has told us 3 very easy steps. Firstly, the way a small child runs to his parents in any problem. In the same way, we have to first go to our God, talk to Him, and completely fit this thing in our heart and mind that it is God who will get me out of this problem. The second step is to close our eyes and sincerely believe in that one power. They have to understand their partner in this situation. It is necessary to believe that whatever path they are taking us at this time, it will be right for us. I totally believe in God. We have to repeat this phrase again and again. In the third step, we have to start our day completely carefree. With the belief in my heart that God is with me, I'm not afraid of anyone, then you will see how you can easily find a solution to your every problem. Only by doing good and thinking can one reach God. Have you ever heard that the chemicals released in your body affect your mood, and due to these chemicals and hormones, your mood also changes? Like if we always think positive, then positive chemicals are released in our body, which gives us happiness and satisfaction. And if we think negatively, then negative hormones start releasing in our body, which makes us feel even more low. You will be surprised to know that if we ever get major diseases like cancer, TB, arthritis, tumors, then the first thing is to cure them. It comes from our mind. We shouldn't be afraid of them. If we fit this thing in our mind that we will recover soon, then such chemicals will start forming in our body, which will help us to get cured of these diseases quickly. And at the same time, if we keep thinking negative, keep fearing them, then perhaps we will never be able to fight them. This is the biggest fear. The author tells us about many such mental poisons and their treatment, which if we really include them in our life, we can live a beautiful, tension-free life. The first mental poison is to have hatred in your heart for any person. As a result, we end up hating ourselves. If anything good happens to that person, we start cursing ourselves as to why this thing didn't happen to me. The second is fear and loneliness. These 2 feelings are our biggest optics, which stop us from moving forward in our lives. And finally, the third and biggest mental poison is negativity. It completely destroys our faith in God and all hope in our hearts, and affects our subconscious mind the most. God is all love, God is all hope, God is all health, and God is all good. When we write this thing in our mind, it will completely eliminate all our mental poison. We must trust in God. We don't have any weapons to fight this menace. Only faith in God can save us. We have to bring positivity in our subconscious mind. That's our biggest strength. This will help us to know that God is always with us. Even if they have put us in any difficulty, they will get us out of this difficulty. When we put these thoughts completely in our subconscious mind, then we will see how even big problems will seem very small to you and how easily you will overcome these problems. To change our world, we must first change the way we see it. Now all of you close your eyes for a minute and imagine a rose flower. What did you see? Its velvety, fragrant petals, which are giving you pleasure by touching, or the thorns below it, because of which you do not want to touch it. If I touch it, I will be pierced by a thorn. I stay away from that, etc., etc. Do you have that kind of enthusiasm? Many of you may not have paid attention to the thorns, but in your imagination, you must have thought how beautiful this rose is. You know, this whole game is just our way of thinking. A negative person focuses only on the negative in anything, but a positive person ignores negativity and focuses on positivity. Better than thinking about thorns, think about the beauty of the rose, its fragrance, and just such a small change can change your life. At any stage of our life, if we keep thinking about that which is bad, then we will never be able to move forward. But if we think about all the good things, we will see the situation completely changed. The author shares a secret that we are the expert advice for any situation or problem in our life. All we have to do is realize that if there is anything greater in this world, it is only Infinity God, Infinity Spirit. When we begin to believe in God wholeheartedly, our trust in ourselves comes automatically. Then we begin to see solutions in troubles, goodness in evil, goodness in selflessness, and wisdom in stupidity. That is, our view of the world completely changes, due to which our life is shortened in the outside world, and we also feel a sense of peace in our mind. Faith is the most powerful emotion of our mind. It can boost you up at any time and in any situation. Have you ever experienced that the incidents that are happening in our life have already happened in our memory? Like we fall from the floor, we have an accident, we meet a new person, etc. This has not happened to us before, but it is our mind that keeps thinking about all such things. This mind believes in all kinds of sickness, death, accident, all these things. It becomes active when we do not have control over our thoughts. Your thinking is your choice, brother. There is a human mind. It can think anything. But we should clearly say no to such thinking. Yes, if you have to imagine, think about the things that are beautiful. God. Think of the miracle, how the sun rises every morning and illuminates the world. How does the salty water of the sea rain as sweet water from the clouds? How we put a small seed in the ground and it turns into a fruitful tree. Even if we get into some trouble, it is not right for us to think that God is punishing me, but you should think that God is probably making you strong. If you have never wanted anything bad for anyone, God will never let anything bad happen to you. If you have any problem today, God will show you the way. You must not lose faith in them. God lives in our hearts. God is present in everything. We have to take this truth into our heart and become a true devotee. Blackjack is a card game that we all know. Whenever we talk about it, we say that, hey, it's a game of luck, and in fact, it's a game of luck. If we understand the deep meaning hidden in each of its cards, then we will understand what is the relationship of cards and luck. There are a total of 52 cards, and there are 52 weeks in every year. 5 plus 2 is 7. In the same way, there are 7 days in a week. It all relates to our 16 cycles. Then this game either makes our life or spoils it completely. It has a Joker's card. We always ignore him, but whenever we start this game, this Joker's card plays the most important role. Represents the Joker's card, to be God in our lives. There are many of us who keep God secondary in our lives, while he is the main character of our lives. When God resides in our minds, why should we keep him secondary in our lives? You know that there are 4 kinds of leaves in a card: Lab, Hukum, Dil, and Diamond. These are our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual natures. This means that all the 4 natures of man are related to each other. The way we think mentally, we will be able to do the same physically. And if we trust that spiritual spirit within us, that is God, then he will keep our emotional health good, which will attract all kinds of positivity towards us. This will strengthen our faith in God. Only a proper balance between these 4 natures can make us win in this world. Our way of thinking. It's the King card. That is, the King is our Queen of Feelings card. That is, the Begum, and the mixture of these two, which can be the mental piece, is the Jack card, i.e. the slave. This preparation is as easy as trusting in our God. When we play games, mostly thinks before taking any of our chances that, oh God, please don't let me lose. In the same way, if we involve our God before taking any decision or step in our life, then we should not worry about anything. Because God will make us laugh at every stage of our lives. A doctor can only put an ointment on our wound, give its medicine, but only God can heal that wound completely. We have often seen scholars sitting in peace and meditating. Close your eyes and pray, when it means that he is repeating this thing in his subconscious mind. I am at peace, I am at peace. Do you know why they do that? All these people believe in God. And why do they need to say it? That is because they know that until we fully fit this thing in our subconscious mind that God is there, he has created this whole world. They take care of this world and us. They are the ones who give us comfort. I have to trust them completely. Until then, we will not be able to bring these things into our actions. What happens in our mind, we can do in our life. That is why we get so much comfort in meditation, because our subconscious mind does not think negatively while doing meditation. Author Joseph Murphy has given us a way to make our prayer come true. We have locked ourselves in 7 beats in his recordings. We have to break them to get closer to our God. The first is our eyes. In any situation, we must see the hidden truth behind it. The truth behind the lies is hidden behind the love and disappointment hidden behind the hate. We will not be able to trust God until we see these things. The second lock is our hearing power. We should convey only those things to our mind which are right. Be positive. We should ignore everything else because they will never lead us to the right path. The third lock is the smell. The things that have the fragrance of God's powers, we should accept those things because they increase our faith even more. We should take from our mind only those smells which fill our mind with happiness. The fourth is testing. Food has a huge impact on our thinking. What are we eating? How are we eating? With whom are we eating? All of those things matter a lot. People of every religion remember God before eating food. That is because our love and gratitude for God is found in everything we eat. The fifth lock is our feeling. What is our first reaction when we are faced with a challenge? We thank God for it or complain that there is a lack of it right now. Whatever we praise, God will always increase it, and whatever we criticize, he will remove it from us. We must always remember this. He can take what he can give. The 2 locks of the last are our consciousness and the subconscious mind. This is the last lock, because when we break our first 5 locks with trust in our Lord, then only we will feel a comfort in both our conscious and subconscious mind, the comfort that comes from our prayers. After listening to this audiobook in full, you will understand that your prayer will be accepted only when you have full faith in yourself and your God. In the end, a bonus tip for you that we just have to take care that nothing ever happens to us that makes someone else sad or upset or makes their heart dry. Because that's the formula of life today. Karma will fill you as you do. If you pray good to God for yourself by doing something bad to someone, that prayer will never be accepted. I hope you enjoyed this book club. If you want to hear similar content, comment.